not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
The what?
All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes.
Okay.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Imagine this Diddy behind bars, but even from his prison cell, it seems he's already plotting his next big move. Recently, a phone call leaked to the public, and it's exactly what you'd expect from a guy who's tasted the best of Hollywood's elite life and the cold reality of a cell. He's not just chatting though. No, he's barking orders like he's leading a boardroom meeting. And the strange part, he's talking about pizza boxes. But this isn't about pizza at all. Could it be a code for something much darker? Is Diddy hinting at a secret society, a hidden world of power? And as if that's not enough, there's Jay-Z, who's apparently gone silent, leaving more questions than answers.
Can I have your job?
Yeah. No. He's a natural. You gotta watch out for him.
Do you know who my dad is?
Yes, I do.
What is your favorite picture of my dad?
The one right over there.
The fact that Jay has his own car drama, while Diddy is over here worrying about getting out on bail, makes it seem as though someone's priorities are as twisted as the entire Hollywood scene. This is because, if you're not reaching out to your billionaire buddy when he's in trouble, are you even friends at all?
We talked about.
Yeah.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob. He ghosting.
No one is allowing a minor inconvenience like jail to stop the Hollywood machine, so even though he is behind bars, he is still working hard and making sure everything is in order for his Netflix project to release a movie.
It was a beautiful moment. He was checking his fresh. He was like, yo, my mom's changed. I need my mom's changed.
Yeah, I got her with me right now.
Yeah.
Nah, she would be super proud. She's like my biggest fan, because I really been working and doing music since I...
Despite the lawsuits that are accumulating, Diddy is feigning indifference and nearly giggling at the thought of going broke as his name is being displayed on yacht decks all over the world.
No, people don't really know me, and that's by design.
Who is this person, the Sean Combs, that we don't know?
We have yet to find out.
Right.
You have to come along for the ride.
Oil boy.
Not to mention Kim Kardashian's name being brought up in this circus, it seems like Diddy is thinking of throwing Kim under the bus to lower his bail. If I've ever seen a friendship move like that, the guy is out here playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. But it's just making things worse. The dynamic between Kim and Diddy, who rub shoulders with the elite on the red carpet, suddenly looks much darker, making you wonder how much dirt she swept under those designer rugs at those events.
It's just, she's a very good friend of mine, and it's all good, you know?
Everybody's talking about the cover, the Kim Kardashian cover. What did you think about that cover?
I thought it was dope. You know, freedom of expression. It was risky.
The rumors that Kim and her family knew more than they let on are only growing louder as more embarrassing details about Diddy's lavish gatherings come to light. This connection dates back to the 2006 White Party, when Kim was still Paris Hilton's stylist. 1 minute you're a stylist receiving an invitation, and the next you're the queen of tabloid headlines with Diddy in your circle.
Can I get my picture with you? Steve, come here. This is my husband. Come on, man. You gotta take a picture of me. Here.
Let's pick it up, man. Just fast. You ready?
When Khloe Kardashian talked about one of those parties on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she joked about everyone being half naked as if it was just harmless fun. However, given what has recently surfaced, it seems like there might have been a lot more going on after the camera stopped. Let's talk about those parties. A Diddy story wouldn't be complete without mentioning the outrageous parties full of A-stars and apparently some not-so-glamorous stuff.
Happy birthday to me.
And it's not just
Kim and Khloe. The whole Kardashian clan was in on these events, smiling for the cameras, brushing elbows with Hollywood's elite, while all this shady stuff brooded beneath the surface. The connections to Diddy weren't just casual, these weren't just photo ops, they were ingrained in that Hollywood social game where showing up at a party could mean a new business deal or an insider favor. Now the family's scrambling, trying to distance themselves from the chaos that's about to hit the fan. But those red carpet receipts, they're not going away. Then there's Corey Gamble, Chris' partner, who's long been tied to Diddy both professionally and personally. This adds another layer to the scandal. Corey's always been there by Diddy's side at events, playing the loyal friend. But as things start to unravel, people are questioning just how much Corey knew and how involved he might have been. The guy's always been a background character in the Kardashian saga, But now he's front and center in a scandal that's putting the entire family under scrutiny, and people are connecting the dots. We're talking about accusations against Diddy that are not just about money or a lavish lifestyle, these are serious. There's talk of misconduct involving minors' dark dealings behind the luxury facade, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for anyone close to Diddy to avoid being implicated. Kim's attempts to clear her name are almost laughable. She's trying to paint herself as someone who was merely attending events all innocent fun. But really, you don't hang around at those parties for years without having at least an inkling of what's happening behind those velvet curtains. And then there's the potential for Diddy to flip the guys facing serious charges, and when the chips are down, the Hollywood rulebook says save yourself first. It wouldn't be surprising if he started naming names. Anyone and everyone who's attended those notorious gatherings might find themselves in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The Kardashians were included. Imagine the fallout if Diddy decides to cut a deal and spills everything. It's one thing to be accused of being at the party, but if names get dropped about participation in anything sketchy, that's a whole different level of scandal, and it doesn't end there. The connection to Michael Jackson's death. Yes, apparently there's a link. No one's safe, not even the king of pop, from getting dragged into the mess that Diddy's life has become. The fact that there could be a lawsuit connection that reaches beyond the grave is enough to make anyone think twice about getting too close to these Hollywood power players. The deeper we go, the more it feels like the whole system, this perfect image of glitz and glam, is just a fragile front for the chaos lurking underneath. And with Diddy's legal battles intensifying, there's a real fear that the domino effect could take down more than just his career. The stakes aren't just about his fortune, they're about the reputations of all the stars that were pulled into his orbit. The Kardashians, Jay-Z and Corey Gamble, they're all at risk of seeing their polished images crack, because the public loves a rise to fame. But they love a scandalous downfall even more, and if Diddy falls, he's probably not planning on falling alone.
Are you paying attention to the allegations coming forward with him?
I don't pay attention to none of it. It's extremely sensitive, and I think that it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth.
9. Now, as for Diddy himself, the guy is not going down without a fight. He's out here talking about having the last laugh, even while lawsuits and scandals pile up like junk in a garage. The man's always been about the hustle and the show, and the empire. But now that empire looks more like a house of cards swaying under the weight of too many secrets, it's almost poetic. The guy who built his brand on being larger-than-life, untouchable, is now cornered facing the consequences of a life lived on the edge. And you know what they say, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. What's next for the Diddy Kardashian saga? If history tells us anything, Hollywood loves a redemption arc, but with everything that's been exposed, maybe redemption's not on the table this time. Maybe this time we're just watching the curtain get pulled back on a spectacle that was always too good to be true. Either way, get your popcorn ready because this story is far from over, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's take a deeper dive into the tangled mess that's been building for years between Diddy and the Hollywood elite. It's no secret that Diddy's infamous white parties were a gateway into a world of excess, and not just for the Kardashian clan. Those gatherings were attended by everyone who was anyone. A-list celebrities, industry insiders, influencers, desperate to climb the ladder of fame, but behind the laughter, the luxury, and the designer outfits, darker things were brewing for a long time. These parties were rumored to be more than just fun social events, they were power plays, chances for those in the know to make deals, secure alliances, and gather dirt on each other. And Diddy was right in the middle of it all, the ultimate puppet master, pulling the strings. He made sure everyone had a good time, but he also kept his eyes open, ears to the ground, collecting information that could be used when the moment was right. That's why his empire was more than just music and parties, it was control, new things that kept people close, kept them from speaking out, and kept his power intact. But when the cracks started showing, they showed fast. Cassie's lawsuit, which many saw as the beginning of Diddy's downfall, was a shock to some, but not to others, those who knew what really went on at the parties weren't surprised by the accusations of misconduct. Cassie's case may have been settled, but it opened the floodgates. The whispers became shouts, the secrets became headlines, and the fortress Diddy built began to crumble. And then there's the issue of the business. Diddy's move to sue his former partners at the liquor company was another turning point. He had been making huge money, tens of millions a year, from his share of the alcohol business. But when he decided to go against them, things took a dark turn. These weren't just any business partners, they were powerful and Diddy in his arrogance bit the hand that fed him. The fallout was almost immediate. Within months, lawsuits started cropping up, accusations piled on, and suddenly Diddy found himself under attack from all angles. And let's be real, Hollywood is all about alliances. When you're in the good graces of the powerful, they'll protect you. But when you step out of line, they'll throw you to the wolves. That's exactly what happened here. Diddy's former partner, industry titans with deep connections, weren't going to take his rebellion lying down. They had the resources, the influence, and most importantly, the dirt on him. It wasn't long before the media had their hands on stories that had been buried for years, tales of misconduct, harassment, even links to organized crime. And suddenly the man who was once the life of the party was the center of a scandal so big it threatened to take down everyone around him. The Kardashians, of course, have tried to distance themselves, but it's too late. The pictures, the videos, the associations, they're all out there, and they're not going away for years. Kim and her family, based in the glow of their association with Diddy, attended his events, partied at his mansions, and they re-upped the benefits of being part of his inner circle. But now, as Diddy faces the consequences of his actions, the Kardashians are left scrambling. Kim's attempts to present herself as a serious businesswoman and an advocate for criminal justice reform are being undermined by her past connections. It's hard to talk about reform when your name is linked to one of the biggest scandals in Hollywood, and the fallout doesn't stop there. Jay-Z, who has always been careful about his public image, is now being dragged into the mess. His connection to Diddy is undeniable. They've collaborated on music, attended events together, and publicly supported each other. But with Diddy facing accusations that could lead to a lengthy prison sentence, Jay-Z's silence speaks volumes. Is he trying to protect himself? Is he distancing himself from someone he knows is about to go down? The speculation is rampant. And in the world of celebrity, silence can be just as damning as an outright statement. And then there's Corey Gamble, who finds himself in an even trickier position. Corey's relationship with Kris Jenner has always put him in the spotlight, but his close friendship with Diddy is now putting him under intense scrutiny. He's been there at the parties, he's been part of the inner circle, and now people are starting to wonder just how much he knew. Did Corey turn a blind eye to what was happening around him? Did he participate? These are the questions being asked, and Corey's continued silence is doing nothing to clear his name. The reality is Hollywood is a world built on secrets. The parties, the events, the glamorous lifestyle, it's all a facade, a way to keep the real story hidden. And for years, Diddy was one of the best at playing the game. He knew how to keep people close, how to keep them quiet, and how to maintain his power. But now, as the walls come crumbling down, we're seeing the truth. The alliances, the friendships, the deals made behind closed doors, they're all coming back to haunt him, and the people who stood by him are now trying desperately to save themselves. And what about Michael Jackson? The connection is just another piece of this sprawling puzzle.
There's so many photos out there, but the one of you and Jay-Z really stands out to me. What was that moment? Do you remember that time?
Yeah, that was at one of my birthday parties, and I was just telling him I appreciated him coming. He was on tour, and he flew in private after one of his shows just to come to the party, and he had to fly back down. I was just telling him how much.
The idea that Diddy could be linked to Michael's death is shocking. But in the world of Hollywood, anything is possible. The lawsuits, the allegations, the whispers of what really happened are all starting to come together, painting a picture of a man who was willing to do anything to maintain his position. And now, as the truth comes out, even those who thought they were untouchable are finding themselves caught in the fallout as Diddy's empire continues to collapse. The question remains, who will go down with him? The Kardashians, Jay-Z, Corey Gamble, they're all implicated, and as more details come out, it's becoming clear that no one is safe. Hollywood may love a redemption arc, but this time it feels like we're witnessing the end of an era, the rise of fame and power. It was all built on lies, and now as the truth comes out, we're seeing the real cost of living that life. Diddy Combs' legal troubles have gotten real messy real fast. The whole thing is like a tangled web of power plays, dirty secrets, and questionable friendships in the entertainment world. More and more details keep coming out, and now it's not just Diddy in the spotlight. We're talking about big names like the Kardashians, Jay-Z, and Corey Gamble. This scandal has become a huge turning point, making people wonder where fame ends and accountability begins. Diddy, once the king of hip-hop and a shrewd businessman, is now at the center of a storm of legal problems. His empire, once rock solid, is now falling apart. One of the biggest blows came from Rodney Jones, a music producer who worked with Diddy for years. Jones dropped a bombshell lawsuit accusing Diddy of intimate misconduct and organizing parties involving intimate trafficking substances and even underage individuals. If that wasn't enough, there are claims that powerful people in the entertainment industry knew what was going on and helped Diddy avoid the consequences for years. The shockwaves from all this mess aren't just hitting Diddy. Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's longtime boyfriend, is also caught up in it because of his personal and professional ties to Diddy. He's been in the industry for a while, working as a tour manager for Justin Bieber, and he's been part of Diddy's social circle. He was at some of those iconic parties, and now people are looking at him with a lot of side-eye. His connection to these events is even more suspicious because of his relationship with Kim Porter. Diddy's late ex-girlfriend Gamble hasn't been officially accused of anything, but his closeness to Diddy during these times has pulled him into the drama. Gamble's image, already questionable thanks to his Kardashian ties, is now even more tainted because of his association with Diddy. Speaking of the Kardashians, they're no strangers to controversy, but now they're getting dragged into this mess too. Kris Jenner, the momager and CEO, had business dealings with Diddy, even helping him promote his music and TV venture Revolt TV. Over the years, Diddy and the Kardashians have been in the same social circles with plenty of public appearances together. They were at Diddy's over-the-top 50th birthday party, for instance. But now, with all these allegations coming out, it seems like the Kardashian family is scrambling to distance themselves from Diddy. Insiders say they're in panic mode as more details surface. It's not just about their friendship with Diddy, it's about protecting their brand and staying out of the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Then there's Jay-Z, and it's raising a lot of eyebrows. Jay-Z and Diddy go way back. They've shared business interests and have been friends for decades. They were often seen together at big events, and they were two of the biggest power players in hip-hop. But now Diddy's legal problems are dragging Jay-Z into the spotlight too. There are rumors that Jay-Z attended some of Diddy's questionable parties, although there's no hard evidence of any wrongdoing on his part. Still, just having his name associated with this mess has caused a media frenzy to make matters worse. There are whispers of a federal investigation involving properties linked to Jay-Z, though none of that has been confirmed. It's all just adding more fuel to the fire. The latest reveals are decoding what Diddy really meant by pizzas, and it's not what you think. It turns out pizza was code for something far more shocking, horrifying: tapes. That's right, tapes, but it gets even crazier. These tapes, or rather, hard drives, supposedly contain explosive secrets, and now there are rumors that Diddy asked his own son to destroy them. Some insiders are saying they're hidden away in safety deposit boxes or secret safes, but here's where it gets really suspicious. Diddy's son has reportedly been making some odd moves lately, and some think the FBI should investigate his trash can. That might just be the key. If someone follows it closely, they might find out where these drives ended up, or if they're still intact. What is he trying to get rid of? So with Diddy potentially flipping on his closest allies, how deep does this Hollywood rabbit hole really go, and who's going down next? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe for more.